We have, I believe, 1 week exactly from today to build our project Opsis for our friends at Milltek. We've got some pressure on us, but not too much pressure. We've been here before many times. We have a big board over here that has our countdown of only 1 week left, so I guess there's nothing left to do other than to build you a full wide body in less than 7 days, show you what that looks like, and get the car to Sema. So that brings me to these beauties. Today, I'm going to be starting on reassembling our carbon ceramic brakes with this amazing color. Justin, do you recall the color? It's a BMW color. I'll put him on the spot. He seems to have dropped the ball. As the BMW expert, he can't be the expert if he can't tell me what color I've got. But Josh sprayed these out for us. They look amazing. It's actually a new BMW color. It's a purple metallic. Outside, it's really gonna stand out. And it's one of those things that I think you're gonna need to see it all complete to really appreciate what we're going for here. And as we told you in previous episodes, we're doing something really wild, and you're gonna see all of this come together in this episode. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get these together, get them on the car today, and start plugging away at our 7-day checklist. All right, so as we were finalizing our brake job, Justin and I are going through with the power bleeder and pressure bleeding the entire system. We'll go around probably 3 times to make sure that we don't have any air left in the lines. We always use the Motul 660 on this, so it's a higher boiling point, so the customer can also use it for the track if they decide to do so. So when I finish this step, we're essentially all done with the brakes and ready for wheels and tires. And at that point, we're only a couple points away from getting the car keyed on and started, and also listening to that exhaust we just installed. So about 30 more minutes, I'll be all done here, and we'll move on to the next step. So Justin is working on our stripe. We decided to do something different, obviously, with the Eventuri this year. If you guys remember back in 2022, we released the Eventuri intake on the regular Stingray. So we thought we'd do something a little different on this year's Sema build, and it's really gonna make it pop along with the paint. Now, that will be behind this panel. Now, if you come in close, you'll see that we got something a little special in here. I believe we are one of the first ones to do this, but we're doing a full suede trunk conversion on this, which I think will really look great with that intake. It's just a really up-level feel. So we're gonna have the full suede front and the full suede rear trunk enclosure. So once I get all this cut out, we get the clear lid installed, we will show you guys the full suede trunk area along with the finished intake that Justin's finishing up right now. Okay, so as our countdown continues, we are now putting in our 91 millimeter solar performance throttle bodies on our Sema car. Justin's getting that first one popped in there, and we'll get the second one right after that. But after that happens, we finally get to put in this centerpiece. This is our Eventuri cold air intake system for the Z06. Justin made this vinyl stripe, kind of came together with a look that we thought looked the best, and of course Justin laid it dead straight for us, and I think it really accents this purple. Obviously that's the body color in the center with the reverse cut with label and Eventuri together. I'm really proud of how this is going to turn out and how it's really going to pop in the back of this car. So let's get the throttle bodies in and let's get that beauty installed so that we can finally knock that off of our big punch list. So that's gonna finalize the install of our Eventuri intake. It looks amazing in there. Obviously we did our black trans package and painted everything in there, and it's really gonna pop. So we're gonna take some of the protective painter's tape off, get all the sensors plugged back in, and then just start working on the trunk carpet, getting that cut, and it'll wrap this up. So really happy with the way that turned out. Excited to see it all done. All right, so this is the final time we're gonna fit our clear lid on top of our cover as we do the final installation. So we have our gasket in place already back here. We've test fit this multiple times. I'm gonna grab the screws and get that together. And then once that is in, we will install our new suede trunk liner. So I have this all cut out. I cut it out a little extra because I don't necessarily like the way that some of the instructions show. So I think this will give us a little more visible look at the intake. At least I hope so. Sometimes on the convertibles, it's a little shrouded as it tucks back a little further back than the coupe. So you don't see it as much. But hopefully with the way I've cut this one, you'll see a little more visible part of that purple intake. So now is a really exciting time for us, guys. We finally have all of our interior back here on the carpet, along with a couple bits over there. I'm not gonna show you the seats until specifically that time that we put them in the car, because they need some time on their own to show you guys how special they are. But as you can see, we're doing something pretty loud. Justin talked about it in a video previously, and now we're actually getting to see some of these parts go into the car. Now, what I'm most excited about in this project is starting to see some of the purple already going in with the green. Now, as you guys, if you followed us, you know that this is something that's pretty much out of our comfort zone of normally what we do, but that's also why we enjoy the challenge of doing things a little different. I think when this car is done, sure, some people might think that the colors are too vivid or too loud, but I think it'll be done tastefully, that it will look very much like we talked about, like a McLaren MSO or like a Ferrari, what's that called?
Tailor-made.
A Ferrari tailor-made project, which this is gonna be a label-made project. So stay tuned as we get all this interior in and it starts to come together. All right, so as we are finishing up, getting everything prepped to be put on the car, traditionally I will go through and buff each carbon part before it gets on the car, just to get any surface scratches off, anything that may have accumulated while we were dry fitting everything, and to ensure it looks perfect for Justin when he throws PPF on it. So what we're gonna do now is show you that obviously we have our carbon on our front fenders. Those get glued into place so they're permanently installed, but these will be the first components to get installed on the car that have all of our clips, including our front splitter, dual canard setup, and other components. So all of our parts retain the use of the factory clips. We also have adapted the smaller front canards to use these same type of clips. So it is very easy to install and has a factory-like installation. This front edge will get fastened with the front splitter itself as it ties up into the body. But essentially you can see our gap right along here is perfect, just like the factory, and that's what we're looking for as we dry fit everything and get it ready to install. It's a good time right now because Justin and I just finished the final canard installation. Justin did a little trimming around each inlet so that we didn't have any vinyl bunched up there. Now we're gonna put on our front splitter. Now what's cool about this piece is the factory piece is a 3-piece, ours is a single piece, and we kind of improved the design of the factory piece, added the wing inlets, or excuse me, added the wing extensions on the side. But obviously, as you can see, the underside is finished just like the top side. All of our parts are finished all the way around, so every part of exposed carbon is visible and just as nice as the top side. So I think we'll slowly slip this on carefully and get a few screws in place. Be the last clip on my side. You got yours in? All right, so we'll do the full reveal. Come on over to the front and we'll show you guys what it looks like. How's it look? That carbon really pops against this dynamic lime. It's a color combo that we haven't seen together with our carbon, so it's exciting to start to see some of the first carbon pieces be fit to the car. So our front bumper assembly is essentially complete. We'll do a final fitment of our over bumper extensions once we get our front fenders on, but we're gonna set this off to the side and get working on the fenders now. Okay, so we are just finalizing the driver's side fender, getting our fender garnishments on. So we have both of these factory pieces made in carbon fiber. So what we do is we have our 3D printed brackets in place, and what we do is we reuse our factory clips, and those will slide over top of our 3D printed brackets. And then we actually reuse the factory T15s to fasten them all in place. So this is how we achieve that OEM fit and finish on a full carbon fiber fender for all of our fender garnishments. So then once that's in place, this will slide up in here. So then this snaps right into place. Justin will get those two started on the backside, and then we just lightly tighten them. And then that's all set. So once we're finished with that, you can see we have our assembled driver's side quarter panel ready to go on the car. So now that we have these pre-assembled, we have our gas door in place. We're gonna set these down and then just prep our ducts on the actual body of the car and get both of the rear quarter panels fit. right, so this will be hard to get into one shot, but this is our triple diffuser. This will be the second one we've installed on the car, final finish, but we do have our heat shielding in. This one we also installed our grille screens that match the engine hatch grille screens on all of the Corvettes. So it's kind of cohesive with the front grille also. But this piece is a really special piece, and hopefully we can just pop her in there and get this bumper together. We're just going to go back through and put in all of our factory diffuser clips. And once we get that done, we'll plug in our sensors and we'll be all set to install. So now we just give it a quick once over just to make sure everything is seated the way that we want, and just like the factory, that we don't have anything standing upright or our sensors aren't popped in correctly. And it feels like everything is popped in properly. Looks good and ready to get put on the car. As the countdown continues, we've got our rear bumper in place. Justin and I spent about an hour fitting our rear fender extensions. They came out really nice. Our gaps are super uniform. Really happy with the way these parts turned out. Justin's putting the final screws in the top side of the rear bumper. Then we're going to install our carbon trim for our convertible hatch vent. Then put the trunk back on. After we close that, make sure everything's good, we'll be able to fit our rear wing and pretty much button up the rear end, other than putting in a couple screws at the bottom. So overall, very happy with the way this come together, and it's really starting to look like a pretty epic car. So now is always a really fun time. We're getting to put on our wing. Obviously you guys have asked to buy this wing many times. I wish I could sell it. Most of you guys don't want to pay for it, which I totally understand. But on these wide body applications, this is where we get to really change the look of the car. And I think this wing is the perfect one to do it. So, and you can tell, extremely lightweight. These are solid carbon uprights. They use the same mounting processes as the factory. So Justin and I are just going to pop it on our billet mounts and see how she looks. Go ahead. And that will finalize our chassis mount wing, and as you guys can see, she's on there. So we do use stainless security bit, so it's a factory-like installation, and really happy with how it turned out. So only a couple more steps and hopefully we can get this thing on the ground. All right, pretty big moment for us right now. We've got the front splitter on. We clearance all our holes for our front splitter to be attached to the body of the car when we're done. So I think right now there's nothing left other than get it on. Let's make it look like something. So now, another big portion of our build. Let's see, I'm 6'5". These are pretty big side skirts. Obviously our big blade on it, and then we also have all of our provisions to use the factory mounting system. And like I said, underneath all finished carbon. So Justin and I are gonna mock these up, make sure everything kind of aligns, and then get some fasteners in there and see if we're happy with it. Pumpkin bar. A little bit of Sema crunch there. Sorry you guys ain't getting that one. We just got our MV forged wheels dropped off to us. Justin has not seen these yet.
I'm excited.
This is one of the things we talked about on the pod, that this was one of the things I was keeping in the bag. Every year we try to kind of one-up ourselves and do something different and bring something different to the Corvette community that people haven't seen. Every year we've been able to top the year before. I think this year is going to be an element that people really haven't seen done before. And I'm actually proud to be one of the first to put these on a Corvette. So let's open them up.
Look at these.
All right, so what you guys are looking at is the new label 3-piece LM600. This is a design that will show you some B-roll of the factory Z06 wheels, but we've basically taken the Z06 design of the inners and created our own look that sat over top of our large outer. And it really, I think, takes the factory design and amplifies it to a label perspective. So the interesting thing about these is obviously when you're looking at these, where the lug nuts go. So you'll see these Allens. This is a machined plate that goes over top of where the lug nuts are. And what goes on top? That's right. So this will create the center lock look on this wheel that obviously a lot of Lamborghinis and Porsches have. And that's what she's going to look like. What do you think, Dustin?
I love it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it is. But it's cool. It ties in the elements of the Z06 wheel.
Yeah, for sure. There's a story behind it, I think, in all of the machining and the design. If you guys see a lot of this machining on here, there's a ton of time that goes into these. The guys at MV always do an awesome job. We also did a ball finish here on these through the powder coat so that the color fill didn't overfill and look kind of splodgy. And I think that really came out nice. And I think this purple cap will tie into our caliper really well. And maybe we'll play around with some ideas for the lip. But overall, as usual, always blown away with what MV sends us, and I can't wait to get these in the car. I think it's really going to top it off. Label head rest means it's interior time, guys. So we're going to assemble our custom seats for our full custom interior on our Sema car. Obviously, Justin has the seat backs wrapped in the body color, which I think provides a great contrast along with the purple and the charcoal suede. just gives it enough punch to see through the front of the car, and I think put the final touches on Project Opsis chassis number 3. I think that's the chassis we're on. Either way, Justin's gonna get these all together and hopefully we'll get them in the car with no issue. Another important part of our interior is we always do a custom set of seat belts. Safety Restore always comes through for us. Obviously, these are labeled chassis number 3. On this car, I kind of opted to do a purple belt that would accent the interior, but also not detract from everything else that's going on. We kind of played around with a couple different colors, one being the green, but because of the way this Metro matte dynamic lime looks in the sunlight, it really gives off 2 different colors of green, which in the design world kind of creates a conundrum that you can't get out of. So instead of going with that loud color against our seats, we decided to do something that I think would blend in well with the purple suede that comes out here. So these will go across our new seats, which I think will look great, and kind of give it that little added extra touch. Torque down the seat belt, everything's good to go, and once we get our seat in place, we'll attach the bottom mounts to our seat, and we'll be all set. I am sitting in one of our custom seats over there. You can see our passenger seat, and this is the final step before we put the door cards on and get this interior wrapped up for Sema. I'm excited to have these back. They turned out great, just as we kind of envisioned when we laid out all of the textiles. So Justin and I are going to carefully get them back into the car through the roof, which is a pretty tedious process to make sure we don't damage any of the suede that's already in the car. So let's get her in there.
We are about, I would say 95% done with the car here. So I wanted to introduce another sponsor of the build this year. Super excited about this one. We have global paint protection film on board this year, and they have supplied us with their brand new titanium PPF. So we From what we understand, we are the first shop in the United States to have this film in our hands, and we are going to be applying it to all the gloss carbon on the car. So, that being said, I'll introduce you to Global. So they are the world's largest window tint manufacturer. They have massive facilities in India. They have been private label manufacturing a lot of PPF, some big companies, and then they introduced their own line of film. So this is a fantastic partnership. I've been using them for the past couple of months on some different projects. So I'm super excited to get this titanium film and see what it looks like. I've been happy with their other film, but this is a lifetime warranty film, the best of the best. So I'm super excited to get started on this. So I'm gonna jump on the hood and get some of this film down and see what it looks like.
All right guys, so this morning we are here with just 2 days left till the car gets picked up. We have our final fitment of our label Milltek titanium tips. I'm really eager to get these on with our diffuser and with the body color on and everything, and finally get a look at what the finished product is gonna look like. So, you ready, Dusty?
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. All right, so it's the night before transport comes to pick up the car to go to Sema, and the last step of our project before we can do that is get our wheels on. So you guys are looking at our new label and MV collab wheel, the LM600. This is a center lock look wheel. I think the first to go on a Z06. We're excited to introduce this wheel at Sema this year. Justin already did the custom stripe on the barrel to really set off that accent color, to pull in the car's color, which I think is gonna look really good. And the cherry on top is these billet hub covers along with the center locking lug itself in the purple. That is the color of our caliper. So I think right now I'm most excited to get these on the car and see what they look like. We have not mocked these up and seen them beforehand, so kind of left this at the very end. and I want to get them on the car, get it on the ground finally, hopefully step back and be happy with what we created. And here it is, guys. Our 2025 Sema reveal car is complete here in the shop as we wait for our transport to show up in about 30 minutes. Justin is just putting the final touches on our windshield banner that we're going to lay out for the booth this year. We always come up with something a little unique, and also working on the side sills. These are some of the details that literally take hours. We worked last night until 1:30. Fine-tuning everything and getting it to the point that we wanted it to be at, basically to exhaustion. Even though we had a lot of the heavy lifting done ahead of time, the details on these cars just pile up, pile up, pile up, and you don't really realize how much time is needed for those until we're going through it. So I'm extremely happy with the way this year's project turned out. The KPMF color on this car looks phenomenal. We had it outside for some earlier shots in the sunlight. We were very fortunate enough to have great weather here in Michigan to get some shots of it outside, the first time that we've ever been able to do that. And the interior, the twilight purple color accent just coming through in the suede, the stitch color, and the leather accents inside on the seats are phenomenal. There's going to be a lot of content following these videos, guys, just covering every aspect of this car because there's just too much to talk about in one singular video. But we're so excited and proud to be partnered with Milltek this year and bringing this beast to SEMA 2025. So we will see you guys in just a few short days, and hopefully you guys are impressed with the car as we are. As usual, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe. We've got more content coming that'll be just like this.